Hey, what's going on, guys? Murder 15 here with a new episode of Vlog. So in this episode, there's some personal stuff that I want to talk about involving some YouTube channels that have been circulating in the social media recently. It's actually involving kind of the same channel, but different perspectives and different topics on the channel. So I'll get into that a little bit later. So first, we're going to get into some Game Bros news. So we finally finished recording Undertale, and it was a roller coaster of a ride. I absolutely loved playing it. The cast enjoyed voicing all the characters along with it. So we're going to be focusing on some shorter games now, which we've already started on the process of, because like I said, I've wanted to try to stay away from longer Let's Plays, hence why that's what Dig In's for, to focus on those and give you guys more variety. So we've slowly been working on some shorter games. There will be a lengthier Let's Play, I will say, probably around March, near the end of March, beginning of April is when I want to say those are either going to be aired or recorded. I'm not 100% sure yet. It's a game that we've been talking about wanting to do for quite a while. It's one Ryoko's been wanting to do for a while. So we're in the development stages of getting that recorded. Because it's going to involve the entire cast and one guest star, who I will not be announcing who it is just yet, but this person does know who they are. So you know who you are and keep your mouth shut. But anyway, we're having a ton of fun, just recording new episodes, and we finally started getting Dig In, which we finally got a new episode aired yesterday, so I hope you guys are enjoying the return of Dig In as well. And we're still in the talking process of when we're going to be doing live streams, which hopefully we'll get one done by February. Sometime I need to sit down to talk to Ray about it and see what we can come up with. So I'll keep you guys informed on later episodes of Vlog. So going from there to con news. So we've got Classic Plastics coming up at the beginning of March, which I'm more than likely going to be attending. I'm actually working on a new cosplay to go along with it, which some people know what it is, some don't. I've only been telling a few people, but I'm really excited about it. It's going to be, I think, March. It's going to be the first weekend of March. I remember that because I don't have the dates pulled up, and unfortunately, I don't have Ray next to me to pull up the dates. So, but the ones that I'm focusing on for right now is going to be Classic Plastics and then Kazakhon, which is going to be in April, near the end of April, I believe. So, those are the two big cons that I'm going to as of right now. Other cons, I'm excluding ScrewAttack, which isn't until like October, so I'm not going to worry about that till when it gets closer. But those are the two first cons I'll be attending. I will not be running any panels with anybody, just going there to attend and have fun. So going from that to the personal news, the stuff I actually wanted to get into today. So there's two big things that I've wanted to discuss that's been going around for about roughly the past week. So ScrewAttack has finally technically died. And when I say that, I mean that they've changed the logo from the original ScrewAttack YouTube page to just now Death Battle, that's run by Rooster Teeth. There have been a lot of people having mixed feelings about this, because on the one hand, it was inevitable, because the ScrewAttack that we knew back in the day technically died whenever Rooster Teeth kind of finally got its hands on it. And when I say that, it's not saying that I don't want to solely blame Rooster Teeth, because you can't really blame people for this kind of stuff. And I try to stay on the fence about it, trying to see both perspectives and stuff. But I don't know. ScrewAttack kind of lost its, not necessarily charm, but its soul whenever Craig first left and went on to make Game Attack, which is essentially the new ScrewAttack. If you watch their content, you can clearly tell it's ScrewAttack. But at the same time, I can kind of understand from a business perspective, because that's all they're producing now on ScrewAttack's YouTube page is just Death Battle. So it was inevitable for them to make the change. Now, does it hurt a little bit? I'm sure it does for some people. Like my good friend DX Kramer, who's been a G1er since very, very early on, and he shared a fond memory with me actually about it. He was talking about whenever a few years ago a YouTuber by the name of Wario had committed suicide, just suffering from depression. I personally never watched any of his stuff, but I remember when it happened because he was part of Channel Awesome, And it affected everybody. And ScrewAttack completely out of nowhere decided, hey, we're going to do a live stream to raise money for charity to go towards the cause, for suicide, prevention awareness. And DX Kramer had actually personally messaged the YouTube channel back when you could actually message the channels, messaging saying, hey man, I've suffered from depression myself, and it's just really great that you guys are doing this. And they actually messaged him back. So you can tell, like, the people that were originally part of ScrewAttack definitely care. And I know the people at Death Battle that are still a part of it do care about what they're doing and stuff too. So I don't want to say that they copped out or they sold out or anything like that, but it is kind of sad to see the old logo go. But if you enjoyed the original stuff that ScrewAttack used to do, I highly recommend checking out ScrewAttack, which is Craig's new, I guess you could say, baby, running that channel. And it definitely has the old school ScrewAttack feel to it. So I highly recommend checking that out if you missed the original ScrewAttack. But me personally, I like watching ScrewAttack stuff, but I also like watching Death Battle. I'm a huge fan of Death Battle. So to see this change, I was like, okay, I can kind of go with it. It does sting a little bit, but at the same time, I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is something that has actually been going on about Rooster Teeth. So this is why I said everything's kind of connected. So in recent media news, Rooster Teeth produces a show named Ruby, which I wouldn't say a huge fan of, but I really, really like it and want to get more into it. I mean, considering that I cosplay as Crow, ironically, because this is going into that. So there have been some allegations recently against Vic Mignogna, the guy who voices Crow in Ruby, about his behavior at certain conventions. Now, at this point, this is all speculation. This is, nothing has been proven as far as I'm aware. But apparently he had been, I'm trying to say this the best way that I can without trying to make it sound like I'm trashing him, because I've met Vic before. And the one time that I did meet him, he was really nice. So, I can't go on anything besides my own personal bias, for how I really feel about it. But he was inappropriately acting out with certain con-goers. Again, not necessarily against their will. I don't want to make it sound like he was like raping them or anything like that. Let's just say that there was some inappropriate behavior going on. The con-goers didn't like it, and it's just kind of snowballed into this big mess, and Rooster Teeth let Vic Mignogna go as the voice of Crow. Do I think this was the right choice? Yes and no, because on the one hand, in order to have somebody, have allegations against you, there has to be a little bit of truth to it. He may not be doing exactly what people are claiming he's doing, but at the same time, it's like, if he wasn't doing something wrong, then why would there be these allegations in the first place? And I know some people are going out there, oh, it's just haters being haters. And I get that. There are some people that are like that. But if you have enough people that are saying, hey, something's kind of wrong here, then there has to be at least a little truth about it. And I've seen instances like this before that actually have been true. Example, JonTron was supposed to have some type of show, and he said some things that were really negative and got let go. He was supposed to help out with the ukulele video game and got let go because of it. PewDiePie was supposed to have a show on Disney and made some racial remarks or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact story. And Disney dropped him. So, like I said, I've seen stuff like this before, but I can't really go on anything that any of this is actually true. It's all allegations. It's all rumors right now as far as what he's actually done to be let go of Rooster Teeth. Like I said, the only allegations was that he's been acting inappropriately at cons with not guests, but actual con-goers, not the people that are scheduled to be there. And I have heard stories. Now I said these are stories. These aren't anything that I've personally had or confirming any of these, but I've heard stories that he's been a nightmare when it comes to staff at the cons. So that's like I said, that's what I've heard. That's not what I've personally had happen to me, So I can't say that's true or false. That's just stories that I've heard on and off. But I honestly think that Rooster Teeth kind of went in the right direction, and the only reason that I say that is because even if these aren't true, you know, it would give time for Vic to clear his name of any of these allegations if they are not true. And who knows, maybe later down the road when everything's cleared up, Rooster Teeth can pick him back up. You never know. But it's just one of those things of you got to be careful what you do or how you act. And it sucks that sometimes it does that because you could be doing something purely innocent and somebody takes it as offensive or ill-spirited, and then something like this could happen, which could totally be the case. We don't know, unfortunately. But it's just something to think about, because I hate saying this, but Big Brother's always watching, and it's stupid to think that every single little act that you do, you have to watch yourself. Because you should be able to act I mean, don't get me wrong, you should act accordingly, but you shouldn't have to also walk on eggshells as well, is what I'm trying to say. Be yourself, but be, you know, good, is what I'm trying to say. Don't be a jerk. Don't be an asshole. So, that's all I'm trying to say about it. But it is interesting. So I wanted to share my thoughts on that. And take everything what I say with a grain of salt, because I don't know if any of this is... I mean, I know that it is a fact that Rooster Teeth did let Vic Mignogna go, but as far as everything else, you know, that's hearsay, that nothing that I've seen has been proven or anything like that. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt. So I'm just passing along information and just giving my 2 cents on what I think about the situation. Speaking of which, I want to know what you guys think about the switch from ScrewAttack to go into Death Battle and what's been going on with Vic Mignogna. So share what you think in the comments below. I'd love to get a discussion going. Now, like I said in most of my videos, you know, constructive criticism is appreciated and opinions are appreciated. Just don't be an asshole about it. You know, just say, this is what I think about it because blah, 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 blah. Because even if I disagree with you, you know, that doesn't mean that I don't like you or I'm going to be like, oh, this person thinks that this is stupid because they have legitimate reasoning, so I'm instantly going to block them. No, I like discussing this kind of stuff. So if you have an opinion that's different than mine, you know, by all means, go ahead and let me know. I'd love to hear your opinion, what your take on this kind of stuff is. But other than that, guys, that about does it. There are a couple of updates I want to give. I am currently working on a new top 10, which I've got 2 in the process and almost finished the first one with script writing. So hopefully sometime in February, I'll have the first new top 10 countdown of the year finished. And there's a side project that I'm working on right now along with Ray, and we talked about this during the last episode of Comblog, but unfortunately I cannot go into any more details about it, but it's going to be really, really cool whenever we're able to talk about it, and I can't wait to share this information with you guys, because it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. But anyway, guys, I got to go and hop off here. I have to head down to campus today to help out with a basketball game for sports broadcasting, so until next time, guys, this is ScrewAttack 15 signing off.